So Liverpool have lost the Carabao Cup final 2-1 against Newcastle United, and I've got to say I'm really disappointed with the performance. But we saw it coming, didn't we? We saw it coming. It was in, I talked about it in my match preview. I feel like this is almost entirely on Arne Slot, I've got to say. I think the players have absolutely, they've not played great today, but I think this is on Arne Slot, and I'll explain why. Liverpool come into this one after the PSG game where we looked incredibly leggy. Incredibly leggy, let's be honest. Every single Liverpool fan thought it. We all said it. When it went to extra time, Liverpool looked dead on their feet against PSG. McAllister gets taken off. Szoboszlai gets hauled off. Konate limps off. Trent Alexander-Arnold obviously goes off with an injury. We just looked dead on our feet, and it's unsurprising after such a big defeat like that. And even if you forget the physical aspects of going out to PSG, it's not surprising that players like Salah, Van Dijk, McAllister, Szoboszlai, players like that, top of their game, would have a really strong, visceral, emotional reaction to going out against PSG. It was a tournament that we thought we could do really well, and it was a really big opportunity for Liverpool, I thought, after we'd played so well this season and finished top of the Champions League in the group stage, or the league phase. We had a massive opportunity, and look, the PSG game wasn't to be, and I think that really came into this one. That followed us through into this one, because you could see from the off, we talked about it before the game in the preview, Arne Slot had to rotate for this one. He had to. The only time Liverpool looked like a team in this game, the only time was when Darwin Nunez came on, Curtis Jones came on, Harvey Elliott in particular came on. I thought he played well when he came on. Even Chiesa, who most people have been quite critical of in his Liverpool career, he comes on, he makes a big difference. So when those players came on for Liverpool, you could see straight away fresh legs. Fresh legs, energy. Gakpo as well, by the way. I don't think he did particularly well when he came on, but you could see energy and fresh legs makes a massive difference, especially at that far end of the pitch. And as soon as Curtis Jones came on, again, I don't think he played particularly well, but we had a shot straight away. First shot on target after 60 minutes. And I think Slot had a decision to make coming into this one. It was a big decision. Do I stick with my best 11, even though I know that they're goosed? I know they're knackered. I can see they're knackered. Maybe I don't know mentally whether they're ready, whether they've totally got over the PSG result, but they look physically drained, and we could all see that. And I feel like Slot should have been able to anticipate that, and he should have put Endo, he should have put Elliott in today, he should have put Curtis in today. At least one or two of them. And in that front three, I have no idea why, when he was going to hit it so long, we went very direct in that first half. Why would you play Diogo Jota, who's 5'0", against Dan Burn, when you've got Darwin Nunez, who, again, for all his faults, he'll win a header. We saw him win a big header against PSG to set Elliott up in the first leg in Paris. Darwin Nunez can at least put himself about. He can at least do something that Jota can't. And if you're going to go direct, you need a big lad up there. I don't understand why he went with Jota over Nunez. So I think you've got to look at Arne Slot on this one. I think the players will find it really, really difficult to recover from. Look, and they all go away now on an international break. Sometimes that can be good for players. Sometimes that can be really, really good for players to get away from the noise around the club, and it feels like a really, not an awful place, because look, we're still top of the Premier League, 12 points clear, but it does feel like a dark cloud has just descended in these last few days with the defeat against PSG now and the defeat against Newcastle. And just to caveat this all, by the way, just to add to this, Newcastle are full value for the win here. Newcastle deserve it. Good luck to them. They were the better team. Not a problem. Newcastle absolutely deserved the win. I cannot believe, just coming back to that first goal, Newcastle had 5 corners in that first half. Of those 5 corners, Dan Burn wins, is it 3 or 4 of them? I can't remember. He wins most of them. They keep doing that same thing, flighting it to the far end of the pitch, to the penalty, far end of the penalty area. Dan Burn is always winning it against Alexis McAllister. And yet we left him. We left him on Alexis McAllister. At what point do we say to Van Dijk, you know what, maybe they keep doing that. They keep knocking it to the far side. Van Dijk, Canate, fine. If you want to stay in the 6-yard area and help clear him away, that's fine. Kwanzaa, you're a big lad. Usually it's Trent there. Kwanzaa, go and stand on Dan Burn. Because if you're Alexis McAllister's maybe Liverpool's smallest player up against Newcastle's tallest player. Why aren't we seeing a mismatch there? He wins the header every single time before the goal goes in. It's just common sense, and it was so absent today. Arne Slot on the touchline has to be screaming that at the players. And if they're not, then the leaders on the pitch have to. I would have expected Van Dijk, I would have expected Canate, I would have expected Robertson, all to say, do you know what? That doesn't look quite right there. McAllister's never going to win a 1v1 v Dan Burn in the air. All he can do is maybe, shove him, knock him, put him off, maybe tug his shirt a little bit. He's not going to do anything. He's not going to win an aerial battle against Dan Burn. But we consistently put him up against him. It was always a mismatch. Newcastle made it work and they get the goal. And then they come out in the second half and, we was talking about it on the watch-along. We were saying, oh, do you know what? Are Newcastle going to put 10 men behind the ball? That's what quite a few people were saying in the chats. Maybe they just sit deep now and accept it. And I said, absolutely not. They need to come out and have a real go at Liverpool. If they go out, if I'm Eddie Howe at half-time, I'm saying they are there for the taking. And I'm a Liverpool fan. They are there for the taking. You've got to go and get stuck in. Go and get a second goal against these because they're dead on the feet. And they came out and they had a goal ruled out within, 5 minutes? Within 5 minutes, goal ruled out. And I'll be honest, we were lucky. Bruno Guimaraes standing in front of Kelleher. It was the right decision. And then the second one, Isak, we don't win our second balls all game. We haven't won our second balls all game, and that's usually a precursor to who wins a football match. They wanted everything more today. And maybe that leads into the whole energy fatigue thing. If you're not able to win your second balls, that's fine. But I think the hunger was there for Newcastle. They just wanted this more. They wanted this more, and they had more energy. Fresher legs won the day on a big Wembley pitch. And I don't think Liverpool have got anything to gripe about today. We haven't. We can't. The better team won. I do think maybe there was a shout for a penalty in that first half. I don't think Liverpool would have deserved it, by the way. But I do think if Kieran Trippier knocks that ball and there is clear movement with his hand, it's a handball. It's in the penalty area. That has to be a handball. But I think if Liverpool had gone in 1-0 at half-time, because that was before Dan Burn scores, it wouldn't have been justified. We didn't deserve to win today. We didn't deserve to win today. Newcastle are fully deserved victors. And look, I'm kind of glad now we've got 17 days of no Liverpool until a big Merseyside derby on the 2nd of April. Liverpool have to regroup. It might help, as I was saying, it might help us going away to the international break and, all the lads going off around the world to their different international teams. That might help. It might make a big difference just to let them refocus and get stuck back into a different type of football with a different manager, different teammates, and just take their eyes off it for a little bit. And then when they come back in a couple of weeks, they can focus on the Merseyside derby, and I'm sure there's still anger looming large from that Tarkowski goal and all that sort of stuff, and the Decore sending off, the Jones sending off. Liverpool really need to regroup, but we'll talk more about that. We'll talk more about that as we go on over the international break. Today is Newcastle's day, 70 years without a trophy. You can see what it means to him. I said in the chat, I'm kind of glad that if there was a team that was going to beat Liverpool in the final, that it wasn't a City, a Chelsea, an Arsenal, a Man United. A team that's done it before. I don't mind losing a final. Liverpool go to lots of finals. I've been to Liverpool. I'm lucky. I've been spoiled as a Liverpool fan to see us over the last 30 years go to lots and lots and lots of finals. And you get used to losing them from time to time as well. We've won a lot, we've lost a lot. It happens. Newcastle, this is a real rarity for them. And look, they've got to 2 finals in a few years. They lost the last one. This was a really big one. It's a very big day. There's an entire 2 or 3 generations of Newcastle fans who haven't seen them lift a trophy. So, granddads, great-granddads maybe, who haven't seen Newcastle lift a trophy. Real family, family club. I really like Newcastle, and I think, they deserve it today. So, fair play to Newcastle. They get the win. Doesn't mean I'm not gutted. I'm absolutely gutted. I thought the double was on. I thought the treble was on. Oh, It's frustrating. It's really frustrating. But I just have to hope now that Liverpool can get back on track. And listen, there was talk in the chat. There was Arsenal fans in the chat trying to give banter and saying, because they've won against Chelsea. Oh, yeah, you're falling apart. The league's back on. Don't even start. Don't even get that into your head. Don't even get that into your head. This Liverpool team will come back. It's not even that's not even a problem. I'm not even concerned about that. Today's Newcastle's day. Good luck to him. And on to Leicester against Manchester United, which is about to kick off. Join me in the watch along if you fancy a natter. Take it easy. I'll see you in the next one.